Alright guys, and welcome back to Satisfactory. When we last left off, we had just finished making a modular frame factory. And before that, we had made a rotor factory and set up the little assembler over here so we could start making some smart plating because, as you see in the top right, we completed the space elevator last episode. And so we have to get that smart plating to complete phase 1. I've kind of been letting this run in the background for a minute here. It looks like we've almost got enough. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and I did some mining, so to speak, or chopping off camera to get some more biofuel. So we're going to go ahead and just power some of these things up for now. Now, as you can see in the right, things I wanted to do today. First off, find some Mycelia if I can manage it, because I want to get a parachute. And after that, we'll upgrade the space elevator, and then should be able to get some coal power after that. So we will set up some coal power plants, and finally we'll be rid of these silly biomass generators that just keep shutting off all the time. So I'm just going around and filling them up, hopefully one last time. And we probably got enough smart plating now, so I can go ahead and disconnect that that conveyor from it. And we'll do the same thing over here, just disconnect it because we no longer need it. And I'm going to go ahead and put this machine to idle for now. Probably going to end up removing it at some point, but for now we have enough smart plating. Before we go and do that, let me just make sure I've got a bunch of materials, and I'm going to go inside of a cave, a local cave. Actually, before I do that, one other thing I did off camera real quick was I unlocked the rebar gun, and that is going to help us out tremendously as far as combat is concerned. So let me grab some iron rods, which are going to be over here. Alright, we can go ahead and make one real quick, and then we'll make a bunch of iron rebar. Alright, we got about 100 now, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in place of the chainsaw. And let me just check. Caterium. I did get some more caterium, or it might just been from the last episode, but in any case we have some caterium, and I know there's a vein over that way we could go and set up at some point. And then later on down the caterium line, we'll get the electric rebar, which is really handy for taking care of some of those animals around here. But for now, I know there's a cave somewhere around here. Let me just find it real quick. And here it is, actually. So let's see. I believe these mushrooms I can, yep. I can go ahead and use the chainsaw and get rid of them, and I'll get some mycelia from it. So I'm just going to go around and do this real quick.
Within this fungus suggests strong
and then go over to the
bonding
MAM and
features
get that
frequently
next
observed in
upgrade
adhesives
path.
and medicine.
Alright, I'm just getting bombarded by spiders in here, so I am going to hop out for a second. Those things are creepy. I think somewhere in here... Oh, you came out! Oh, shoot! Get away from me. Test out the rebar gun on you guys. Come on. Come over here. On guard. Nice one taps. There we go. And matter of fact, we can come back down here real quick. But I wanted to look at, I think it's in video. Maybe it's in gameplay. Alright, I can't find it, but I thought there was like a arachnophobia mode, which changes the look of the spiders, but it's okay. Not really important. I'm going to go ahead and mine out the rest of these mushrooms, and then we'll be back at the MAM. Alright, so here we are back at the MAM, and you can see we've unlocked Mycelia now as a research path. So we'll go ahead and research this one real quick, which allows us to craft biomass out of it. And we're going to want to go over here to the left. So we need some more biomass. This one's working. And grab a whole 8 from it, so that's cool. And this wood over here is just going like crazy. Actually, let me take that out so I can go ahead and make it over here at the workbench. I just needed the 100 so I can put the rest of it back in there, and we can get this fabric nice and researched. Bam, there we go. And now research the parachute once we get 10 fabric. What else do we got here? Expanded tool belt, synthetic polyester fabric, toxic cellular modification, that's interesting. And then we can go over here, but we need stators for that, so for right now we will hold off on that. Let me just see what we need to make this fabric. We need biomass and mycelia, so we'll take that and see how much we can make. So we can get the 5 we need real quick. Bam. And then come back over here. Oh, it's 10. That's okay, we got a bunch of mycelia we can use. And here we go. Researching the parachute. Bam. Now let's see what we need to actually make it. We just need 20 more fabric. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'll get that made real quick. Alright, we've got enough fabric. We'll come over here, the equipment workshop, and make ourselves a parachute. So very good. And I believe we don't have to have like a lot of them on us. We can just keep reusing this one over and over. And I need to go research those spiders as well. Boop. So I can get some protein. And with that protein, I don't think we have enough for that, but that was what I was kind of going for. But we'll keep a hold of this stuff for now. We'll put it in here. Put the mycelia in there. And let me go ahead and mark off mycelia real quick. Boop. And now we are going to go and upgrade that space elevator. Let me go and let me just check this out real quick. Yes, it does not take it, so very good. So we'll grab the smart plating, go and upgrade the space elevator, and then we'll see what else we can unlock after that. Alright, so in order to upgrade the space elevator, all we do is put this smart plating in here, seal it. There it is, getting sealed. And then we will send the package up. Let's see it do its thing. And there she goes. Very good. That is phase 1 complete. And now we'll go and see what else we've unlocked at the hub over here. Tier 3 and 4, and look at that coal power. And we've essentially got everything we need. We just need extra rotors. Actually, we have enough rotors. It's the reinforced iron plates and cables we need. And then just looking through the rest of the stuff. Improved melee, I do want to get that as well because the Xeno Basher is a good weapon. But we need to wait for wire for that. And then basic steel production. Again, we need more wire. And we'll need to wait for the rotors. But for now, I'm going to go grab some reinforced iron plates, some extra rotors, and some cables, and we will upgrade to coal power. Alright, so we should have all the materials we need to upgrade to coal power. Let me put everything in there, like so. And I'm going to wait to launch it for just a moment, because I want to see if we can upgrade anything else. We can't upgrade vehicle transport, basic steel production, or improved melee. We need more rotors for that, and we need a bunch of wires. So I think for now we will stick with just the coal power, but that's okay. That is a-okay, because now we don't have to rely on biomass generators anymore. Okay, so it just got finished doing its little spiel. Let me know all about the coal generators. Let's come over here to power. And there it is. So I'm thinking to start out, we don't have enough rotors for 8, but we can make 4 from the looks of it. So we'll go ahead and put 4 in there. We will need, for 4 coal generators, probably 2 water extractors will do. And then all of the structures, so the conveyor belts and pipelines, but we should have enough for all of that stuff. So and then let me go and look at, we need a miner Mark 1 as well, so we will go over here and make a portable miner real quick. And hold on, so for 4 coal generators, each one takes 15 coal per minute, so 1 miner Mark 1 should do the trick, because 1 miner Mark 1, as long as it's normal node, will give us 60 per minute. So we can, 60 divided by 4 is of course 15, and that will result in us having 300 megawatts, which right now I'm not I think we'll be fine with 300. In the future I'll definitely look to, let me just mark that off real quick. I'll definitely look to upgrading that to 8, which is kind of like a good baseline, good starting, and then we can upgrade it after that. The design that I use, it's pretty easily expandable, so I will come over here to where the coal is and we will get started. I'm not going to skip this part. I'll probably put a time stamp in the description if you don't want to listen to me ramble on, but I just started rewatching My Hero Academia literally yesterday, and I watched it initially a few years ago, you know, and I thought it was great, and I can't remember if I ended up rewatching it or if I just watched it that one time, but in any case, I do remember watching up to, I believe it was the end of season 4, and at the end of season 4, that's kind of when I stopped. Now they're up to like 7 seasons now or something, but I started watching it last night. I'm like, wow, this is actually better than I thought it would be. So yeah, looking forward to watching more of that. I just finished the first season earlier today. I was watching it, so looking forward to watching more of that later. But here we are at the coal, so we'll go ahead and put down that miner Mark 1. Very good. Now as for where to put the coal power plants, I'm thinking we'll go out, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 meters, and we will go out probably right here. We'll start right here, go out a few blocks, and how is that looking? And that's looking just fine. We'll come out to here, because again, we want to be able to expand it in the future. And I believe it's going to be 4 or 5 blocks out. We'll go 5. Okay, and now let me look at the coal generators. So if we put one right here, each of them fits and looks like just over 1. So we definitely have enough lengthwise. And I'm going to bring it, I'm going to have to rotate it as well, because that is not where it's going to be coming in from. we'll rotate it like so. And that looks fine, so we'll just bring it all the way down, and then for the water extractors, we will put them right over here. So we'll build these guys and build some more area for the water extractors. Alright, so that's the area for the water extractors done. Let me see about placing them down. Now look at that, a power grid just shut off. Whoop-de-doo. And I'm trying to line this output area up with the middle. So I think we'll have to go one more row this way because I'm trying to line it up right in the middle, basically, of these two inputs. So it looks like right about here. And we'll bring it back a bit. It can't be nudged, so we'll bring it back a bit. Like right there. Looks like it's about in the middle, so we'll put that down, put a second one down, and now we're out of rotors. So now we can get to working on the pipelines. Okay, that should do it for the pipes. And now we will start working on the conveyors. And I'm thinking we will just... So each of these is going to have a lift coming out of it like so. And we'll bring it back to right there. And we'll just do that for each of these. Okay, and then we're going to have a splitter. And we can have it directly attached to there, or what I'm probably going to do is just bring it out a little bit. And that should be the same level, so we'll just connect those. And then we'll do the same thing for the rest of them. Alright, and that should do it. Now all we need to do is just hook these guys up to everywhere they need to be. And then we can bring the coal down, hook up the power, and then we will be all set. Let me finish this last guy out. And we will bring over the coal real quick. That's in line now. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So what I'm going to do is, before we actually start those, I am going to hook up a biomass generator over here. And I'm going to have it just basically powering this miner. And I'm going to have it kind of stock up the coal, so to speak, for each of the machines. Because what will happen is if you start it all at once, like you turn on the coal generators and everything, it'll take a minute and it's just going to be kind of glitchy because you're not going to be producing all the power that you can. So in the meantime, I can go ahead and put some power poles down and then get it kind of set up, but not actually connect it yet. And we'll have these power poles going over here to the miner, and then we'll have the power poles on the other side going up the mountain to, and that's just fine. The other one's going up the mountain towards the rest of the factories. So just make sure the coal is in fact coming down here because I don't see any yet. And yeah, here it is. So we'll let it do its thing for a minute, and in the meantime I will go ahead and cut till after I let it do its thing and have moved some of the power lines up the mountain. Alright, so I have brought the wires over here back to the base, and I'm thinking we'll go ahead and not hook everything up just yet, but kind of to future-proof it in a way. Kind of bring the wires to where we want them to go for what we want them to power. So what I mean by that is this is kind of like the main power line off of which we'll branch smaller power lines in certain directions to power different areas. So like over here, put a power line right there, and this one is going to connect to this system over here somewhere, and then that's going to power this whole thing, and then I'll bring another one over this way, and this one is going to power, bring one down here, and this one's going to power the copper area, and then I'll probably bring one more over towards the rotor area, and then also off of this one we'll branch off this way. And bring it over here to the frame, the modular frame factory. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and head back over there to the coal generators and see how that's going. Alright, so as you can see, it is starting to fill up. Let's check how much we are at. For this coal generator, we're at 24. This one we're at 52. So the goal is to have all of them at or around 15 before we start it, and that'll kind of help maintain what we need to. So for that, I'm going to go and mine out just a bit more coal and just put it in those last two coal generators, and then after that we will fire it up and then connect it all, and then we will be done. Alright, so we have enough. I'm going to go ahead and delete this biofuel. A biomass generator, connect it to that power pole, that miner, and then we'll come over here. I just mined a bit more coal that I'll put in those last two generators. So we will come over here, like so, and we'll split it in half so each gets 15, and there we go, that's a nice number. And now, all we'll do, those guys are hooked up, and we will just hook up each of these coal generators. And as you can see, it's already working. Because we connected the power poles over there to the miner. At least it should be. Let me check. It says no power because there's no water. So we actually will need a biomass burner real quick, just to get it kind of started. So we'll hook it up to that real quick. much are each of these? 20 megawatts, so we will need another biomass burner. We'll just put some leaves in, I guess, and hook that up to that power pole. We basically just need enough to get it started, and then once the water fills into the coal generators will power the water extractors, then pump the water into the coal generators to keep them going. As you can see, we are already burning fuel, producing. It's kind of all over the place, but now it's yeah, again, it's kind of all over the place because kind of like starting up, but as it starts up, get more and more water in the pipes, and we'll just keep getting that fuel. And there we go, looks like it's stabilized. So now we can go ahead and get rid of these burners. Don't need them anymore. And now it is completely self-sufficient. So let me just check. So we're at a capacity of 300. Our max consumption is only 45. That's the water generators and the miner that is taking all of that. So, and you can see that because we had that little gap, this coal is not going to reach there in time. But it should be all right because this one's full. Let me check these guys. This one's got 52, and this one's got 50. It's only burning 15 per minute, so we've got 3 minutes, give or take. And those are definitely not going to take 3 minutes to get here. So I think, suffice it to say, we are done making those coal generators for now. So now I'm just going to go ahead and hook up all of the different connections we need to, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, so here we are back at base. I'm going to go ahead and connect that one to the power grid. And it is in fact connected, so that is glorious. And we'll see if we can connect this one to... Hopefully there's an open power pole over here I can use. Looks like right there. And let's just see, gotta reset the fuse. Now we're at a capacity of 420. Now that's showing 420 and not 300 because of the biomass burners over here, which I don't really count. But that is this section powered. Now we'll see if there's an open. Yes, there is. We'll power that. Now we're at 120 megawatts essentially for the max consumption. Let me go ahead and see up here. Yep, this is its own thing, so I'm going to have to bring this over here and then hook it up to somewhere right here. See, so we're at max consumption of 250 right now. And I'm going to go ahead and check. We just have one more thing to power, basically, and that is the modular frame factory. And I think, if memory serves correctly, it needed 3 biomass burners because it was just above that 60. So I don't think we can hook it up just yet. We'll have to make some more coal generators, which we can do next episode. But just double checking over here. So it's taking 52.9, and that is unfortunately just above what we can make out right now. Now we could hook it up and probably still be fine just because we've got the biomass burners as well. But if a fuse breaks or something, it's going to be super annoying to fix it. So for right now, I'm going to avoid hooking it up. But we can go ahead and mark off the power because for the most part, everything is now powered by coal, meaning we don't have to pick up the leaves and the wood and just spend all that time doing that. Now we can spend all of our time making new factories and, of course, new power as we unlock it. So I'm going to come over here to the hub real quick. And in the meantime, basically what we did today is Upgraded the space elevator, found Mycelia, so now we have a parachute, and we made that coal power plant down there. So again, not a whole lot this episode, but it will open up opportunities for more expansion in the future. So let's go ahead and look at the hub terminal, see what we can get. Vehicular transport, I think this is going to be a big one. I will save up for that. Basic steel production, again, also a big one. We need that versatile framework for the phase 2. And then improved melee combat we'll get at some point, because I do want the Xenobasher. It is a good weapon. Over in tier 4, we've got advanced steel production, which allows us to have a miner Mark II, make stators and motors, automated wiring, and heavy modular frame. So probably not next episode, but the episode after, I'll look into making a motor factory. I had made a motor factory in my buddy's world, and we just had so many motors, it was unbelievable. So I'm probably going to underclock the motor factory, and then that way we'll get some stators out of it as well, and extra rotors, so we can basically just get rid of that other rotor factory over there. But next up, expanded power infrastructure, so we can get power towers. Not a necessary, but it is nice to have. Hypertubes for getting across the map, those are going to be nice. Logistics Mark III is going to be invaluable, so we'll probably get that as soon as possible. And then the blueprints as well are going to be pretty important. So next episode, look forward to us getting steel production, vehicular transport, and we'll probably go ahead and set up a steel factory. And then once we get enough, we'll upgrade to logistics Mark III. And then in later episodes, we'll look into getting advanced steel production, making a motor factory, and making some hypertubes. But that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And with that all being said, I will see you guys in the next episode. See ya.